Welcome back to Doctor Lautrec, the finale, and this time we have both Theo and Tiffany is back to join us.
Yoo-hoo.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
What a perfect way to introduce a new guest at the
what's
very
going
end
on?
of the game.
Actually, dude, she's been with us on a.
Actually, I was referring to Tia.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. For some reason I was still talking like young Leighton. So
Sure.
Goblet of Parting.
Basically, this is going to be
the original title for Goblet of Fire or something.
This side quest is about ending the arc with the friendship of Lautrec and Claude.
Nice.
Right,
The
let's
better
talk track.
plot points.
Friendship is bullshit.
To be fair, Dwibs, the friendship between Lautrec and Claude is one of the more legit plot points of the story, or side story.
It's a treasure animatus, of course.
Why, madame? It seems I've
Well, it was
neglected to tell you
Oh,
about
never
this
mind.
one.
There you go, calling me madame again.
Why does she hate being called Madame so
It's
much?
a-
Don't-
It's
Is
a
it because madames usually refer to for older women in France?
Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's a French thing.
Actually, it's kind of
Maybe
a.
she doesn't see herself. Maybe she doesn't see herself as much of a young lady as Milady is.
I guess. Oh, backstory.
Once upon a time, there were two powerful
Wait,
families
what's
in
that guy from
constant
Are we in
Scooby-Doo?
ancient Greece
Wait,
now?
what's that guy?
Yes,
Scooby-
yes,
Scooby-Doo
we are,
here?
Theo.
but they
Basically,
also
Theo, this game has the
survived
habit of doing
the
incredibly strange detours.
Well, to be honest, I played Ribbon Thief, which involves Babylonian artifacts in Paris, so I'm not surprised at all.
What's that? Those two guys, for some reason, they remind me of Scooby-Doo characters.
They made a farewell
You know
Let's see
Yeah,
who's
reminds
behind
me of
this
Jack-
mask.
The miracle mask, and it was, in fact,
It is said their
Luke.
friendship imbued
All
along.
its power.
Anyway, Pedro, to answer your question, Madame is sort of, okay, sometimes it's meant as a formal thing, but in other cases it's meant in a mocking tone. You know, like Missy or, Old Maid, that
here
sort
in
of
Britain,
thing.
it's a mocking tone.
It's sort of a European in both Britain and France.
Wow, I can't wait to see what happens.
Don't bother. It's
If the-
okay. It's
remember,
the
if the-
payoff is disappointing.
Hey Joe, but if the referendum goes a certain way, we might not even be part of Europe.
Or
Even Lautrec said, but the second quest is not important.
or rather, as Lautrec would say, this latest quest was most unsatisfying. Basically, Theo, every time we finish a side quest, okay, technically not every time, but most of the side quests end with Lautrec saying, this latest quest was most unsatisfying. You see,
Wow.
even the main character finds the game boring.
Why, monsieur, you really want
Again, I said it before and I'll say it
This
again.
Those masters,
The
though.
really
other
are
characters
friends.
are actually interesting.
Yeah. In fact,
That's
Madame
actually
here.
a big problem. When
The
every
text gets
character...
on my nerves.
There's actually a big problem when the main character...
Why are you objecting
Unless
at me?
Unless it's a Legend of Zelda game, because, well, Link is supposed to be an avatar for the player.
Why are you pointing
Enough
at me?
with the
Whoa.
silly assumptions. Let us go.
Let us go.
Yes, I want to get this game over and done
The
with.
entrance.
With the treasure animatus
It's sort of been kind of a fun ride, actually, looking at the entire
Tiffany,
experience.
Hey, Tiffany, I'm curious. Do you still have all the footage that you recorded for your playthrough, or did you delete it at this point?
What's going on now?
I think I most have most of my footage
See you caught up
Otherwise-
despite my early start.
during my during my stuff. Usually I fast forward a lot
Can't
of
seem to
stuff
figure out how
because
to get
it's
past
just
this
very
point.
Yeah.
long. But
Yeah, I
I do have
noticed.
most of the original footage.
Yeah, basically, I've seen her playthrough. Basically, in her playthrough, she sometimes speeds up when things take too long. I just go all the way and just skip entire sections because otherwise.
Hey, who's these blue
Oh, okay.
things?
That's Claude.
Let me explain. Thanks for Theo. Okay. Basically, this is Theo. This is let's just say one of the better characters. Basically, he's
One of the best characters, actually.
he's Lautrec's best friend, even though Lautrec kind of is one of those.
Dust them off.
You can go ahead.
Yeah,
and
basically,
speak.
Lautrec's kind of ashamed to show his feelings, so he doesn't like to admit that he likes Claude. So
I
basically,
do, but if you insist
Yeah,
on
I mean, he does have feelings, but
So much that he actually wants to marry Sophie, which we learned in the last part.
Also, I wanted to. Also, I've had this urge to say this now because I think I found out a way to express my feelings about this game's repetitiveness.
Go ahead.
Oh, for goodness sake! Yokai Watch isn't as repetitive as this.
That walking animation.
Well, Yokai Watch is not. Well,
I was
Yokai.
practicing my
He's practicing his whisper voice.
Yes.
Anyway, the thing is,
Bit high, but it's your own whisper voice. I suppose it makes sense for you to put a spin on it.
Doctor, it's
I actually find his. I actually find his impression of J.W. Terry's performance really good. Actually.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's just like it's missing a bit of bass to it. You know, like
No, don't worry about it. By the
time
time we get there, by the time we get to Yokai Watch, I'll probably have got it by that point.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I want to claim this treasure with my own 2 hands.
Basically, let me explain.
Go on.
Basically, Claude is in love with Milady, that woman with the mask that we met yesterday. And yes, it's a Three Musketeers reference. Basically, this game has a really hard-on for... Basically, this game has a really great hard-on for the Phantom of the Opera and Three Musketeers.
and Man in the Iron Mask. Basically, French trivia everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
what is this treasure animatus we're searching?
It's literally what it says, living treasure. Basically,
It's a Pokemon.
What the fuck?
it appears to be a humanoid.
Humanoid?
It looks
Seriously?
like a Zelda enemy.
okay, Teo. Basically, that's a humanoid spirit. So basically, it's weak to terrestrial spirits. So let's use terrestrial spirits on it. Yes, Teo, we're playing Pokemon now.
Except-
Where are our mons then?
Our mons are inside the treasure. Remember, Teo, treasure animatus, living treasure. So basically, every piece of treasure has spirits in it. So we have the spirits fight each other, basically. And there's basically, Teo, all you need to know about winning battles in this game is do type matchups. Basically, use the strong type against the weaker type, and there you go. You're pretty much.
Well, big deal. So that seems Fire Emblem.
Here's the thing, though. You literally only can use 1 attack per monster. You have to constantly throw monsters at them.
Yeah.
And they can only attack
Yeah,
once.
it's
So
probably a counter side.
And I actually decreased all of its HP, but that doesn't matter because as I'm sure Tiffany will confirm for me, it's incredibly easy to get resurrection stones in this game by the time you get a lot of repetition points. So who cares, right, Tiffany?
Yep.
The first half of the Goblet of Parting. Quickly now.
Okay.
So something.
Basically,
Because I can't be asked to get it myself.
It's the only way to obtain the treasure is to put halves together.
basically they're gonna combine their both halves and their
Okay.
twin powers activate.
Summoning
Oh,
Silly
Oh, it's a
Oh,
Fabergé egg. What?
silly dwebs. The yokai actually have personality.
With a chalice inside.
Heck, you know what? You know, Pedro, I know you may disagree with me, but even the Pokemon of the Pokemon games have more personalities than these.
Oh, they do. Oh, you will not get a disagreement from that from me. What the fuck? You actually think I'm gonna disagree with that? I'm insulted.
And I'd even go as far to say that Heart Gold and Soul Silver actually went the bit of that extra mile.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I
I
love.
disagree for some Pokemon.
It is?
Yeah. That's pretty my stance. It's like, well, sometimes the Pokemon don't have that much personality, but in games like Pokemon Yo, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, even a bit of X and Y.
Hold on, Jova,
They
you-
have the personality of the animal they're meant to be.
You have to remember, Jova, that Shiro's knowledge of Pokemon is extended to only the anime. So
No, Pedro. She just said herself that it depends on some of the games, what she thinks about their personality.
Which games have you played, Shiro?
Did you really
No, I haven't
need
played,
Claude's
I
help
haven't
at
played
the
any.
end there?
Basically, I said that
We have
for
no
standard
further business
Pokemon,
here.
their
Come,
personality
Sophie,
is that of
let's
the
go.
animal that they're meant to be.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
But some Pokemon do actually have
And that's how I got my hands on the completed
personalities to that of yokai, as if
Mhm.
they were able to speak.
Okay,
Monsieur
anyway,
Trevor,
speaking of
welcome back.
Pokemon,
We
I
were just
saw
talking about the Goblet of Parting here.
The
So tell me,
Poke
it was
Since
you, not
episodes
Claude, who
of
acquired.
the Pokemon Origins stuff, and from the stuff he's pointed out, Red doesn't seem all that much less stupid than Ash at times.
Are you
it's
serious?
more likable.
Well, dude, let's not forget that Sin's
You're
videos
looking at
usually,
Focus In,
tend to make
seriously?
things seem a lot worse than they actually are. I mean, because they nitpick a lot of things.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Joe, but I have seen the episodes in their entirety myself as well.
Oh, come
I
on,
know,
Joe. Focus In
I
is
know
awesome.
that. What I'm saying is, like,
Gary Noble.
seriously, using Focus Ins is, you know, Okay.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Dwibs. I love Cinema Sins, but they're not. Come on, let's. They're not. Even they themselves say that they're
not
just
reviewers. We're assholes.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this. Basically, Lautrec faked that he needed the other halves just so he could help him impress Milady. And now Milady's impressed, so now Claude and Milady are gonna basically be together from now on.
You know, I'm happy about that. I like these two.
The treasure itself is of little significance.
You know, it's moments like these where Lautrec actually shows a legit caring side. You know, it's subtle. He keeps it hidden, but you can still see it. It's not stuff like when he all of a sudden declares love for Sophie, which, mind you, we had to be told he declared his love for Sophie via her mother.
My darling Milady in some potentially tender moments.
Aww.
Moments that we'll never see.
Honestly, they deserve it.
Hey,
You're
you're not Charlie Brown, Sophie. Good grief.
You're a good woman, Sophie.
What?
What's her name?
What? What's wrong?
Basically, when we end the quest, we get reputation points based on how well we did.
Yeah, but to me it seemed you did actually well. Why didn't we rate you so poorly?
Well, the thing is, Theo, I skipped a lot of puzzles. Basically, there's a lot of things you haven't seen, shall we say.
Okay.
There's basically riddle solving, which you have to do to actually get to the dungeon, and then there are quote-unquote puzzles within the dungeon.
All right, allow me...
We just covered the stuff that we need.
All right, hold on. Now, Tiffany hasn't talked much yet, so allow me to ask her something. Okay, as Tiffany can confirm for me, this is the very last quest.
This map shows
At quest 49. Tiffany. Tiffany, question. Were you satisfied with the payoff of the Leone family subplot? Because I found it to be extremely underwhelming. What did you think?
Wasn't that in the...
Well, somewhat.
So I went over
Yeah.
to find
But-
yeah.
It does have a little touchy moment, but it's kind of a little anticlimactic. I guess you expected something a little more golden or
Then I discovered a secret compartment
Yeah.
worth
with
a
a
little
map.
more money, but family is important too. I
My
mean, there's a
problem-
moral behind.
I thought it
My
was
problem is that the whole family moral, that's so cliche and overdone. I mean, all that work for
That
that.
is true.
Well, to be fair, it is a subplot, not really.
Basically, Jova, remember that
focus.
previous part where we found a brooch and Milady took it so he could examine her?
Yeah.
Basically, this is a sequel to it. Basically, she found out that the brooch belongs to the Leone family. So, yeah, that's right. The Italians are now involved in this somehow.
And they have...
There's mafia in this game.
Well,
Apparently, yeah.
Well, they have something to... Well, they apparently have something to do with Inspector Godo, since he's the one who dropped the brooch.
Now, Doctor. We'll find the treasure this time.
You cannot go against the family, Jova.
And yes, Tio, one of Lautrec's rivals is in fact a man named Godo, who's dressed like Damon Gadd.
Realize to me.
Oh no. We'll never hear the end of this.
See, even Sophie agrees.
Doctor, let's get an early start.
I know the feeling,
Or
Sophie.
would you rather one of the other families beat us there?
I must not allow any further mistress to escape me.
So, Italy,
Sophie, we
then.
leave at once.
Yay! Da 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 da.
Oh, hey, what? Why not?
But that's not the whole story, but we'll see.
This is the labyrinth entrance, without a doubt.
Is it now?
Looks like
Also,
just like a normal door.
Sophie, we seem to be suffering from Jean-Luc Picard syndrome, where we're French, but we don't sound French.
Suddenly Godo. Where did you come from?
We're Jean-Luc Picard here. We don't sound French, yet we are French.
Hey, you don't sound like you're voiced by Hideki Kamiya. Who are you, you imposter?
I wanted to be voiced by Patrick
Dangerous.
Stewart. Damn it!
Sorry, no. Hideki Kamiya is good enough for you.
Okay. This whole mafia thing comes the fuck out of nowhere and has nothing to do with anything else in the
Sequel
game.
hook, Pedro. Sequel hook. Although,
Actually, no, Joe. But the mafia thing is not going to be a part of the sequel hook, or at least from what I can gather. And it doesn't. This side quest appears just to be about the family itself, but the sequel hook isn't talking about the family specifically. So I'm guessing the family is done after this quest.
So maybe the family's just meant as a means to get Italy into the picture.
I don't know.
Anywho, though, question though, since Inspector Godo's the one who dropped that brooch.
Hold on.
Whoa!
Hold on. Tiffany, what is it, Tiffany?
Listen good, Missy. No good will come out of hanging
Oh,
around with him. What could you hope to
I
learn from such a washed-up scholar?
Dr. Battle thinks that
You're
vibrants are
simply
so
wasting
dangerous,
your time.
or why he doesn't like adventurers so much. Other than the fact that
Did I say something
I know. I brought up that point myself quite a few times. Although, is Inspector Godo affiliated with the family since he's the one who dropped the brooch?
No, he has absolutely nothing to do with it. He's just here for the sake of us establishing that he has a daughter. Because apparently giving him it's like in Superman Returns. They think, oh, if we give Superman a kid, he'll automatically be interesting.
Which is weird.
I mean, it's not like that. You have to build a relationship between father and son. You can't just, otherwise he just has the kid and who cares?
I envy your daughter, Inspector Godo.
Yeah, he has a daughter, who cares?
When she has a
Which
kitty.
is weird, because you think that, the brooch he dropped would have, been meant to speculate that was his daughter, who was, being held by the mafia or something, but no, he just dropped the brooch.
To tell you the truth, when I scold her, she tries to cry her way out of it. When I'm working, she pesters me to come home, and on my days off, she pesters me to take her here or there.
That's really charming, but that's beside the point, I guess.
And I suppose
We're never gonna learn why he hates adventurers.
No, we're not, because this game bombed commercially and critically, so there's not going to be any sequel.
And
Sorry.
even if it did,
So
and
this
even
is like
if
the
it didn't,
GoldenEye Rogue Agent of puzzle games.
Not to mention,
what's not to sad, Bibs, but even if it weren't for that case, it's still owned by Konami at this point, and apparently the only games Konami are interested in are a new Metal Gear Solid without Kojima.
And the Pro Evolution Soccer. And some Yu-Gi-Oh games, apparently.
try adding her Dwebs, please.
Oh boy.
Anyway, seems we won't be seeing any more of those criminals today. We're gonna pull out now, and you'd better do the same.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Pull out of the
It's coming to
contract.
an end.
Hey, I want to pull out too.
I'd prefer he saved his lectures for his own home.
Thank you.
But once I agree with you. Well,
see, even Lautrec is saying that the game is wasting our time.
with the treasure animatus we currently have.
Yes, Sophie, we know about the treasure fucking animatus.
well, what do you know? I called it. By the end, Pedro would actually come to legitimately agree with Lautrec on something.
Hello, Shiroi. Welcome back.
What time are you guys at?
17, 23, 24. Go ahead to 18 minutes.
Why didn't we change outfit to go into these dungeons?
Because they always do it, apparently, because adventurers.
They look like we're going for a fucking safari.
I know.
Shiro, go to 18 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm at 18:30.
Alright, in that case, you'll have to wait like 40 seconds.
Final boss,
No, that's
I
okay.
guess.
Yes, final boss.
I wonder what the final boss will actually be, and that's
A
it.
humanoid! Yes, that's our final boss, everybody.
Are you
Tio, just to let you know, the final boss of the main campaign and the final boss in the side quest in the previous part was a giant three-phase boss.
Yeah.
And this is the final boss of the entire game. Meek. A mook.
That'd be like
why?
That'd be like if you had a Sonic game where
Because
the final boss was just the Green Hill boss.
Well, by the way, Teo, I'm curious. Is Lautrec still at the 5 euro
Okay,
target?
Okay, and
I
3,
haven't checked
2,
yet, but I'm
1,
currently maybe.
Go.
Okay.
I take a credit, the music seems fitting for a final boss.
Well, actually, Tio, that's the usual music for battle. It's not even the
Yeah.
final boss music.
Well, at least it doesn't suck, I guess.
True. If I can give this game something, its higher points are its soundtrack, especially the better ones, its aesthetics, the character design, and the voice actors.
I have a lot of compliments to give this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the most compliments
So
I've ever
what's
heard
inside
Joe
the
give a bad
publisher?
game.
What was that, Tio?
A demon's head.
Yeah, don't bother, Teo. We're about to abandon. The big highlight of this game, Teo, is the voice acting. The voice actors are way too damn good for this game because trust me, Teo, the voice actors try their damnest to make this game work.
Heard.
Like, seriously.
Another thing that also stands out are the side quests. This game sort of pulls a Majora's Mask, you know, trying to fill up a lot of the game time with side quests. The issue is that, unlike Majora's Mask, the side quests don't really mean that much in regards to the main plot.
Okay, hold on. That's there you go.
Wait, that was like...
It's a fucking picture!
Wait, hold on. That man looks a bit like Lautrec.
Is that Lautrec in that picture?
No,
yeah,
no,
it looks like Lautrec.
What were you gonna say, Pedro?
Yes,
Remember-
that's it. Just the family portrait.
Yeah, Drips, try to guess what message, with this being Leonie's greatest treasure, they're trying to get across.
Family is important. Am I
There you
not down
go.
your throats enough?
There you go.
Anywho,
The whole point of this quest is to tell us that family is important.
Anywho, to go back to what I was saying to you, the best writing of this game you'll find in some of the side quests. Actually, some side quests are actually pretty good, and well, like we've established, pretty much every character is, well developed, except for Lautrec. Well, Lautrec does get his development, but by then, too little too late. I mean,
Hold on. I just remembered that we forgot Shiroi. Sorry, Shiroi.
What? We already counted her in.
Yeah,
we did?
Counted her in, yeah.
Yeah, at
I
1830.
haven't counted in.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I made a poop. Never mind.
Oh, I'm here. It's okay.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying to you, there's actually some brilliantly written side quests, well, by this game's caliber. Actually,
calling them brilliantly written is exaggerated.
I said by this game's caliber, Pedro.
I guess.
I'll go for my usual neutral route and say that the truth is in the middle.
Exactly. That's what I meant. It's like, well, basically...
That doesn't mean I give you right, Joe. Anyway.
I'm not saying you do, TOGs. Why are you always so salty with me?
Too much salt, 0 out of 10.
Anyway, basically, what I'm saying is like, well, okay. In usual terms...
I agree with Lautrec.
Sentimental fools.
Yeah. Basically...
Thank you. I actually agree with Lautrec on this one.
What are these feelings?
What if I don't want to have children?
Alright, everybody. Hold on. I want to pay attention to the sequel hook that we're about to see. Because
hey, that perfectly sums up the game.
Alright. Basically, as soon as you finish as soon as you 100% the game, this happens that we're watching right now. We've solved all the mysteries in Paris. There's no mysteries left in Paris now. We've completed all the dungeons. All the underground ruins. Basically, Theo, there are ruins under every single building in Paris.
I remember. This is exactly like how the game started.
What do you think of that, Theo? That there's like a Zelda dungeon under every building.
Again, Rhythm Thief has the entirety of the Babylonian gardens under Paris. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, Pedro, the whole Dungeons Underground, a famous city thing, nothing new. I mean, hey, Pedro, for all you know, Portugal probably has a bunch of
rehashing. I love how they're shamelessly rehashing writing from one of the first cutscenes.
That's what I said. This is pretty much like the beginning.
Where are you?
But yeah, Pedro, now you got me thinking. You know, at this rate, Portugal probably has a bunch of Mario and Luigi dungeons underground.
Maybe. All right, pay attention.
It's so unfitting for a child.
All right, we're about to do a sequel hook.
Actually, too, she's supposed to be sort of a woman.
Yeah.
What?
She's a woman.
She looks like fucking Luke.
Remember.
Way ahead of you, Theo.
Remember, Theo. Sophie's supposed to be not Luke. Marie here is actually
I think he's
not
talking about
Eddie.
Marie.
Marie's not.
Yeah, I'm talking more about appearance, not just role in the story.
Okay. All right, Theo, pay attention. Because we're about to do a sequel hook, and I'm gonna have a question for you as soon as they reveal where the sequel was supposed to go before this game bombed.
So what sort of advice did you need?
Okay, so advice for what?
It's about this treasure map.
Oh my!
Oh,
this is
That looks like
Marie.
where are the idol of
that
Sicily
boot-shaped
and
country looks a
Slovenia?
bit
Excuse me?
familiar.
One's in an Italian village.
Wait, are you pointing at my city?
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
they
they are.
Many more ruins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next game was supposed to take place in Milan.
And if
What?
So, then
So maybe they'll run into Ed.
amazing. It means mysteries are not only limited to.
Nah, I mean, heck, there's a whole bounty of puzzles over in Britain.
Nothing would make me happier, Dr. Lautrec. This means we'll be together again. Marie, I thought you had given up on the Doctor.
Okay.
What? Oh, no, that's not why I came here today. My feelings for him haven't changed.
Question: are there ruins?
Marie,
Take
stop
an underground
ripping off
train.
Ace Attorney
Check
with
around
those
you. See if you can-
lines.
Shall we? Italy and her mysteries await.
Yes, Dr. Lautrec.
Yes, to Italy we go!
For me, Doctor. I want to come too.
I'm not. To get fed just so we could have that playthrough in Italy. And there we go. Lautrec is officially done.
Yes, I do.
And now we get a second credits theme. Okay, Tiffany, question. I love the first credits theme, the one before this one. What do you think of the first credits theme? What about this one? What do you think of this one?
Well, it's a little lighter, like a bit more of a melody. The first one was a lot more dramatic, like you're actually going on and inventing stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Tio, how about that sequel?
Okay, well, now I'm more justified than ever to say fuck Konami.
although to be fair, in this scenario, seeing as though the game didn't sell all that well, can we go half Konami, half?
No. What?
I'm not even kidding. Teo, question. I have a question for you.
I would have loved to see that. Legitimately, honestly, I say that.
Yeah, I would have loved it. Yeah, I would have loved it. So just
especially because recently gaming games that have visited Italy, like the Assassin's Creed series or something, always missed my city and went to other cities in general. So a chance for my city for some whimsy fantasy stuff. Wow.
An entire game full of it. Detail. This game is full of French history trivia. Like to the journal of this game. When you go in the menu and you see the journal is basically an entire encyclopedia of French trivia.
You know.
So I'm guessing for the sequel they were going to have an entire encyclopedia of Italian trivia. So that would have been.
Honestly, one thing I can tell you, trust me, my city is full of secrets and stories like that. So it would have fit.
So that's why Edgeworth went abroad there once.
Wow. Like
an entire game set in okay too. Research. I want to know. Are there ruins? You have to find that out too.
Well, the closest thing we can find is the ruin of a church under our dome.
Close enough.
But that's just about it.
Oh. But don't you know, Tio, secretly that church has a bunch of underground routes connected to it, which are yet to be discovered by secret adventurers.
I guess, and those are filled with artifacts, filled with spirits, I guess.
You know what would have been funny is if, to continue the trend of how we had British accented people in France, what if they had Portuguese accented people in Italy?
That would have been amazing.
Best of both worlds.
Okay.
Shall we give our final thoughts, I guess?
Can I give my final thoughts now? Because I got to pop the loo.
Go ahead.
Some good moments here and there, but ultimately the game sucks. The end. I'll be right back.
All right.
What's up with how the credits are rolling here? I mean, they look like they're going for the whole spherical look, except shouldn't they also be going up from the bottom screen so that we can actually read them properly?
Apparently the game is not caring about being on a 3DS.
Geez, Konami, do you really hate your employees that much that you want us to barely be able to see their names in the credits?
So let me get this straight, Teo. Konami's making a blatant ripoff, and Litton's one of the most popular DS/3DS franchises, and yet they're ashamed that they're making it on the console that this series is popular. That does. Anyway, Tiffany, since you're the guest, final thoughts on the game, please.
I mean, it's okay.
And so the journey comes to
better improvements.
Journey Young Adventurer.
Hold on that thought, Tiffany, because there's this thing next.
What's that last thing supposed to mean? But what of your adventure, young? I don't
know, Joe. But the sequel was never made, so who cares? Okay, the great mysteries beneath Paris have been all unraveled. Perhaps it is time to seek out riddles in new and exciting places, specifically Milan. How long must I wait?
Oh, geez, they're doing the exact...
How about all fucking eternity, unless Konami basically goes bankrupt and someone buys the license of his IP.
Hey, Pedro. Hey, Pedro. I may not be as big a Layton fan as you, but isn't this exactly what Layton games usually do? You know, set up for the sequel game at the end?
I have no problem with the game setting up for a sequel, Joe.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying it's doing it in the same style as a Layton game.
Well, this is a Layton ripoff, so that's kind of what they're
I know.
going
I
for.
was just adding to the checklist.
True. Okay, Tiffany, go ahead and continue, please.
Tiffany?
And that's it for the YouTube video.
Eh?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm
Go ahead
listening because the video was ending.
Sure. Finish your thoughts, please. Your final thoughts on the game.
Oh. Well, I thought the game was okay, mostly. I mean, it's a good way to... I mean, it's decent in some ways, but I guess they could have worked more on the gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I still think they should have tried to, actually... I think there were a lot of wrong decisions about the story, specifically the fact that the Doc is a boring villain that is impossible to care about, and he dies in the most anticlimactic way.
At the very least, for the gameplay, why not at least consult Kojima for the stealth if you really can't think up stealth your own, whoever produced this game?
Which is interesting, too. Just to give you an idea, too, the writer and the creator of this game, right, who also wrote the main plot and directed the game, he's Noriaki Okamura. In case you don't know,
you told me he worked with Castlevania, I think.
No, actually, no. He's the creator of Zone of Enders, and he was the producer of Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops.
Wait, oh yeah, that's right. He created Zone of the Enders, which was actually kind of awesome.
Yeah, he directed Zone of the Enders 1.
How did he fall? Well, then again, maybe we'll be able to understand when we look at his commentary. Yeah,
that's right, everybody. We'll be able to look at the developer blogs that I have started up in my account. But so see you then.
Wait, hold on. Aren't you going to give your final thoughts, Pedro?
I already gave my final thoughts in the other credits part. Whatever.
I meant
my opinion hasn't changed, so.
Well, I meant, your updated final thoughts, since the whole
game. Fine, the game still sucks. The end. Teo, question: would you just for this? Would you have liked to see the sequel get made?
Definitely.
Me too.
Shiroi, what do you think?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the sequel would be so bizarre that it would have probably been wondrous to see in action. I mean,
definitely.
I mean, well, basically, as a game, this is lame to play, but as a story to look at with the occasional goodness, and as a commentary to riff off of, it is comedy gold.
Basically, Teo, the game got really bad reviews, mixed,
and low sales from
and it only sold worldwide 300,000 units. So obviously, we're not.
Apparently, the game got mixed reviews, and apparently, that.
Yeah, so obviously, there's not going to be any sequel to it. Sorry, Tiffany, no sequel.
Actually, Pedro, there actually was apparently a sequel in the works at some point, but
of course, but by this point, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get it.
Actually, Pedro, it's not for the reason you would think, though. It was actually a reason akin to Kojima.
What do you mean?
He wanted to get involved with the sequel?
Basically, it's sort of like a Metal Gear Solid 5, except the sequel, like Metal Gear Solid 5, sort of ended up being around that time where Konami decided, let's screw the entire world. Except with Metal Gear... Except the sequel wasn't as much in development as Metal Gear Solid 5. Basically, it was Konami being, dicks to their employees.
Do you have any sources that can verify that, Jova?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In that case, we'll add it in the description. Go ahead and send it to us. Anyway, Shiroi, your updated final thoughts, please.
Okay, I'll be the positive-ish one for this one then. I can tell they tried. I mean, I've seen much worse writing. It's not that it's bad writing, it's just not very interesting. The side characters themselves are actually incredible. I like the 2D art style, not so much the 3D. That's some of them are here and there, especially the two weddings.
Yeah,
overall, but it's not good, it's not bad, it's just mediocre.
Basically, it's mediocre. Okay.
Mediocre.
All right, everybody.
It's time for me to give my final thoughts then.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this game, how should I put it like this? This game is mediocre. However, I would say I do feel it's the kind of game that shows enough potential to warrant a sequel as long as it promises to improve on stuff. You know, some of the side quest writing is brilliant by this game's standards. However, as far as, actual writing goes, yeah, it's middle ground stuff. But it is legit good at some points. Nowhere near the best. The music is good. It's like, well, yeah, this is one of those cases where, basically everything but the major writing and the gameplay sort of sinks in, which is a shame because everything else is at least satisfactory. It's like, well, if the main story writing and the gameplay were at least as good as the other good stuff, this would definitely be a good game, I think. But yeah, unfortunately what we got is a lame game with repetitive, dragged out riddles and quests and whatnot, just so you can actually get to the good writing. And
so we're kind of on the same page with this.
I mean, I would have loved to have seen that sequel, and as for the source I am looking for, it seems to have been blocked apparently, so
Yeah,
the closest thing I have is this Konami thing, which is in Japanese, apparently. What to translate that?
Yeah, one thing that I can give is that they do have...
not that.
They do have what is essentially a solid foundation for a possibly good game here.
Konami and solid.
So for the sequel, if they actually managed to improve upon the stuff based on player feedback, they could have somehow managed to turn something decent with the sequel. So yeah, there is potential here, but it's wasted with incredibly misguided efforts. They needed. This is a. You can tell the developers are talented, but they needed a better leader at the helm.
Yeah, I'd like to add, because I don't think anybody mentioned this in the final thought specifically, but from what Pedro said earlier, the voice actors are amazing.
Oh yeah. The voice actors are. I'm so hoping that these voice actors get jobs after this because they were professionals, amazing, and they try their best to make this lines work. It didn't work out, but boy, do they try!
I mean,
they sound great. They pretty much make the game.
And the composers, I'm gonna give the composers credit. I mean, some of those tracks really tug at the heartstrings. Not all the music is the best, but it definitely is giving it its all at the very least with what they have to work with.
Unfortunately, some of the other tracks also tugged at my eyes. Closed.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Would it be alright if I get out of this conversation then, since we're done with the Lautrec thing?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Or...
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
See you
later.
See ya.
Also, Pedro, I found a source that actually does confirm that, yes, this actually was meant to be inspired by Layton. Go figure.
Well, no shit. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't need that link to tell me that.